The Injective blockchain has been blowing up, especially over the past couple months. And with that, a lot of people have been asking me, how do I get involved? So in this video, I'm going to go over the wallets, the marketplaces, the decentralized exchanges, the staking, the bridging, and pretty much everything you need to know to get started. Without further ado, guys, let's get into it. The first thing that I want to bring up here is that I wasn't joking when it comes to Injective going crazy. It's literally up 2,700% in the past year, guys. And even in the past month, it's gone up 118% after it's already been going on this pretty massive run. And it's interesting because so many different opportunities are happening in a lot of these Cosmos-based blockchains. You have all these different airdrops that are about to happen, different decentralized exchanges, different dApps, high staking rewards. And because of that, a lot of people have been getting into this ecosystem, and I still think that there's room or legs for this to continue to run because so much of these different drops have yet to happen. The first thing that you guys are going to need is a Chrome extension wallet, and Kepler is the one that most people are using here. You simply go to the site, install Kepler to your Chrome browser, and now all of a sudden you enter in your seed phrase, and it's like any other wallet out there. You can toggle between the available Injective you have as well as your staked Injective. You can deposit, you can buy, you can send, and you can even look at other Cosmos-based coins such as Celestia. They also have a swap within this app, but I personally don't recommend using it as much compared to the other options I'm going to bring up in this video. Once you have your wallet, you can now fund that wallet with some Injective. Now make sure that if you're buying Injective on some sort of centralized exchange, that when you withdraw it, you are withdrawing to the Injective blockchain. Not every single centralized exchange actually has this. So if you don't want to go through a SEX, or if you want to make sure that it goes on the Injective blockchain, you can actually go to this Rocket X exchange. And I'm going to have these links in the YouTube description, guys, or you can go to something like SimpleSwap in order to easily bridge something like Bitcoin over into Injective on the Injective blockchain. So really recommend using that. And if you're someone that wants to bridge, you can actually go to the Injective hub, where now all of a sudden you can bridge from all of these different blockchains that you can see here, and you can deposit it onto the Injective blockchain itself to help fund that starting wallet. Another thing that you can do on the Injective hub, and one of the reasons Injective is so profitable right now, is you can get about 15.5% APR simply staking your Injective. So you can click on this staking tab, go through any of these different validators and delegate, or you can actually open up your Kepler wallet, go to manage portfolio and Kepler dashboard, and what's going to happen is it's going to show this screen where you can now hit stake on this left-hand side, select Injective or search it, and once you do that, you'll be able to see all of these different validators that you can stake your Injective to. Now, they have different commissions or the fees that they take, and some of them are even doing additional airdrops. Now, we don't always know which pool or which validator is actually going to do airdrops, so I recommend spreading out your Injective staked to a few of these different validators. Now, in my opinion, you're going to want to do at least 5 Injective for each of these if you're spreading it out and trying to chase those airdrops. And obviously, the more Injective you have, the more likelihood of actually securing those airdrops. Now, we know Black Panther is going to have some sort of airdrop, but a lot of these other ones are going to have some as well. So what I personally did is I went heavier on Black Panther as well as Talus Protocol, which already has a token in the marketplace, and then I diversified in the top 10 with about 5 to 7 Injective in each of those. And I'm hoping that I can at least get some of these different airdrops on top of that 15.62%. Now, what's interesting, guys, is when you stake, you can't actually spend that Injective you stake, and when you go to withdrawal, there is a 21-day period before you can access those tokens. So just make sure, guys, that if you're staking here, you are essentially locking those tokens up for 21 days when you withdraw. So it doesn't matter if I'm staking this and I stake for 50 days and now all of a sudden I want the tokens because I want to sell them because Injective pumped like crazy. No matter what, as soon as I withdraw, there's that 21-day period. But I highly recommend having some Injective to play with, have some that's liquid to get into these different opportunities, and then have some that you're staking in order to get that yield, and more importantly, the different airdrops that are to come. Now that you guys have your funds over in your Kepler wallet, what exactly can you do in this ecosystem? Well, Talus is the main NFT marketplace, and they've also been doing a launch pad for a lot of different projects as well. And if if you guys are interested, I can do a little video guide on some of the different NFT projects to look at. One of the biggest ones is the Ninjas, and this is actually the first Injective NFTs on this chain, and because of that, they have about a 35 Injective floor, or about 1.27 thousand US dollars, and this overall NFT marketplace, when it comes to Injective, feels very early still, where there's a lot of garbage projects that are just going to rug, but there are some projects that if you get in early and you're paying attention before the bulk of majority of people come, have the potential of not only outperforming Injective, but doing that at like a 10-15x or more. Injective actually pumped like crazy, and while it was pumping, a lot of these different NFT projects, or at least the high quality ones, also went up in their evaluation of Injective. So you had this double pump between the token price going up as well as the NFT price going up at the same time. When it comes to decentralized exchanges, we have three that are mainly used. We have Astroport as well as CoinHall, and these are the two that most coins get listed to pretty much immediately. At the very beginning, it might just be on Astroport, but CoinHall has been doing a good job at adding those tokens pretty quickly. And then the third and best DEX is actually Helix, but Helix does not add any token. It's kind of more a filtered, decentralized exchange where there aren't as many rugs and just random tokens being populated on there. But because of that, you're probably going to need to use CoinHall and Astroport. And one of the things that you guys have to be aware of is that a lot of times when the blockchain gets congested, these different decentralized exchanges will simply not work. And those situations, you just got to keep spamming buy or you got to keep spamming sell. But it has literally taken me over 2 to 3 hours just for one trade to go through or for one order to be submitted. And what's funny is once it's submitted, it's pretty much instant and it costs almost nothing to operate or trade on Injective. But whenever there's a lot of congestion, you just get so many errors in trying to submit the order itself. The next thing here is keeping track of your different transactions. Now, there aren't any good analytical platforms on this chain, unfortunately, and it's very hard to keep track of the different buys and sells and trades and wallet addresses and holder distributions, right? It's like almost impossible to keep track of a lot of this stuff, but this explorer.injective.network is going to be the place where you can get the most amount of information. So this is where you can have a transaction or a block or a different address, and you can just get a little bit more information of what is going on in that specific transaction. When it comes to learning more about the Injective ecosystem and different decentralized applications, injective.com/ecosystem will usually populate some of these featured dApps. So as an example, we have Helix here, which was the decentralized order book exchange that I just talked about. We have Mito coming out soon that has a lot of hype behind it. We have Black Panther, which is an asset management tool, which remember guys is actually one of the different things that we can stake to and potentially get an airdrop. And then we have Talus, which is that NFT marketplace. And they even have some other things building within or operating with the Injective ecosystem that you can check out. But a lot of these different projects are very early and there isn't a lot on this chain as of yet. And you can kind of see here, guys, a little bit more information about Mito. Definitely one of the most hyped projects to be coming soon. And then once again, you have Black Panther here. You guys should have all the information you need now to really thrive on the Injective chain. And if you're someone that's looking for some alpha, if you're looking for some plays, or if you're needing some help to stay up to date on the different opportunities, then definitely subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be covering Injective a lot more. And pick yourself up a Jelly Cube if you want to join our alpha group where we've been finding a lot of these plays very, very early. We actually found Injective as a blockchain around $4 or $5 when we first talked about it in our group. And we've been really on top of a lot of different NFT projects as well as a lot of the meme coin projects recently that have been coming out. Right now, our Jelly Cubes project, in order to join our alpha group, is on Cardano. So it's a little weird shilling a project on Injective that's on Cardano. And it's about 2,850 ADA right now in order to get in. So about 1,600 US dollars. But we have been absolutely on top of these different plays. And if you're just looking for an area where you can get more information about these things, then definitely check out our project and potentially pick one up. For example, we actually found the Janitor Injective meme coin right when they did their pre-sale, and we were able to turn 10 Injective all the way to 330 Injective within a day, and there were multiple people that did that. And even for myself, and in this group, we found all of these different meme coins such as Ginger Day One, Baby Ninja, Ninja, Kira, all these different meme coins that have been exploding. We actually have been able to get in super early honestly. And it kills me here. Even with Ninja, I had bought 350,000 tokens for about like 40 Injective. And at one point with Ninja, it was worth over $11,000. So it literally was something like $600 all the way to $11,000 if I just held. I got a 3x out of it, so I was still pretty happy. But a lot of things are happening on this chain, and if you're just looking for a place to get more information and get that additional live feed of all of the different projects that are coming out, then definitely check out Jelly Cubes. But yeah, guys, that wraps up the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something, and I'll catch you guys later.